Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that watched Alina and I's previous video out in West Texas, thank you so much for all the love and support. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch it, I'll put like a little description thing. I don't know. I'm still learning how this works. But Alina and I had such an amazing time filming out in West Texas. We were actually out in Terlingua at the start of our honeymoon last year. So it was really special just kind of come back to the place that started our whole adventure. And despite getting stuck in that really horrible, crappy windstorm, we had an amazing time. High 80s during the day, low 40s at night. And now that we're back in Tennessee, it's like 41 degrees right now and it's 11 a.m. What's up with that? But sincerely, I appreciate all the love in that video. Alina and I have more trips coming up this year. One actually coming up within the next month or two. So we're really excited. Stay tuned for all of that. However, this video will be a little different from our past video and maybe a little different from some future videos we got going on. But I'm really excited to show you guys what we're doing today, and stick around and you'll see what we got going on. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. So in our last video, I got a couple of comments kind of pertaining towards the Bronco and how I pack it up and get it ready to go on our camping adventures, which I plan and intend to do. I plan to do a full walk around, kind of going into thorough detail of all this, thorough detail of everything I got going on, how we pack our food, how we keep it refrigerated, and water. Like, I plan to do all that, I promise. But if I'm being very honest, the main reason why I haven't ever made a video like that is because I'm kind of still figuring out what is wanted and what is needed. Sometimes when I go on my trips, I feel like I'm overpacking and I have way too much stuff. I've definitely been on some trips where I've been like up a creek without a paddle and I don't have like a way to start a fire, or I didn't bring enough water and I'm kind of out there and I'm thirsty and dehydrated. But yeah, I'm still figuring some stuff out, and the perfectionist in me is trying to get all that stuff sorted out before I do any like full in-depth video. But I'm learning that that's okay, and it's okay to share like the progression and the figuring out, you know, because we both get to learn together, you know. But the reason why this video is going to be a little different is because instead of a camping video, this video is going to actually be an install of a new product I'm really excited about. One of the many things I'm still figuring out about the Bronco pertains to power and a reliable power source for all of the stuff I kind of got going on. So in this video, we're going to install something that I think will be an amazing addition to the Bronco, and you might actually consider for your future rig as well. This is a product that was recently sent to me by the Cascadia 4x4 team up in Canada. This is what I think is an amazing solution for anyone with a camping rig that's looking for a way to really just add more power to either their battery or to their power bank in a way in which they don't have to like subconsciously think about making sure it's charged or anything like that. This is a solar panel that will actually go on the hood of your vehicle. That's insane. I've always seen stuff like this, but I've never actually gotten to own anything like this, so I'm really excited to see how it all works. I believe the solar panel itself is 90 watts. You can option it to connect straight to your factory battery or a external power bank like the Goal Zero Yetis. I'm not an electrician, so this will be interesting. Let's do it. Made in Canada, some instructions. This looks like 12 volt kit if you don't have 12 volts in your vehicle, or if you want to run the solar panel straight to a 12 volt. This is the solar charge controller. This is the unit that will actually go straight into the battery. So this is what I was looking for. And in this box, we also have a sticker. If you know me, I am a sucker for stickers. Cool. Do not bend the panel, keep it as flat as possible. I'm just gonna go through this real quick. I always wanna make sure I understand what I'm doing, especially because I'm no install whiz. So let's just see. All right, so I think I understand the basics. First, we're just gonna wash the hood of the car and make sure it's clean of all dirt, oils, debris before we stick the vinyl, which is right here. Let's get started. So to kind of summarize what I just did before I move on to step 2 is I went over to the hood of the Bronco and I really just gave it a thorough wipe down, some soapy water, and I got masking tape to kind of mark the perimeter of the solar panels, just kind of get them in an area I think I want them in that looks pretty symmetrical. Next, we're gonna get the vinyl prepared and then move forward from there. So I just finished applying the vinyl onto the hood of the Bronco. This has definitely been the most hardest, kind of uncomfortable part of this whole process. It's so far from perfect. Can't tell if they're air bubbles or if they're just a couple little things that might have gotten on the hood within kind of like the transition of going back and forth between cleaning it and putting the vinyl on. But no one's gonna see it. No one's gonna know except me. So if anything, it's testing my ego and my pride and when it comes to perfection. But yeah, I think that was definitely the hardest part so far this whole process. The next step is to really let it dry out. It says to use a heat gun. I personally don't own a heat gun, so I'm just gonna kind of do my best to dry it up, let it dry for a little bit before I start the next process, which is preparing the actual solar panels themselves. We have the solar panels installed on top of the Bronco. Now we're about to do all of the internal wiring. The main solar panel controller will be installed to the battery itself. This process might get a little elongated and also boring, so I'll be really short with what I show on camera just for the sake of boredom. Alright you guys, so we have everything mounted and installed, our solar panels and our charge controller. We have successfully connected the charge controller to the battery. There are some lights back here that are kind of indicating the charge, and this is also a Bluetooth device which can connect to your phone via Bluetooth to the app, so I'm able to see how much it's charging, to see the battery level. I did not connect the accessory cable, but besides that, everything is mounted and connected successfully. So it's been about a week since I've installed the Cascadia 4x4 panels and battery controller. Random hailstorm out of nowhere last week, but today it's super sunny, so I'm finally kind of get to see the solar panel perform. Cascadia app, I'm able to see the solar voltage and the wattage it's kind of putting out. I'm able to see the battery voltage and what it's running, and it's really cool because it's giving me like a real-time view of how much charge the battery is getting, and I'm really excited to see how this can perform in the future. In the future, I also will do a full video of a kind of rig walk around talking about what I have, how I use everything. But I hope y'all enjoyed this install video. It was very different for me and very new for me. Stay tuned. Alina and I have huge travels coming up in May, so can't wait to show you guys what we got going on. Just gotta subscribe and stay tuned for that. All right, see you on the next one. Bye.